Sword Art Online is one of those anime that everyone loves to hate, including me. Let me make this clear. SAO is one of the worst anime I've ever seen. I not only hate it, I get angry every time its name pops up in my head. And that's the cue for all the 12-year-olds to click away from this video. But really, don't do that, because I'm not here to beat a dead horse. I'm here to beat a dead horse in a way that a dead horse has never been beaten before. I'm sorry, I'm not good at analogies, okay? But before we get to the horses, have you seen the subscriber count recently? We just achieved greatness. 100 subscribers, people. 100 subscribers. This calls for a celebration. I will be doing a $10,000 giveaway, which is a complete lie because I don't have $10,000, because if I did, I would pay my bills and get some better equipment. Oh, and another thing, you guys might have seen some really weird videos on the channel recently and thought to yourself, what the hell is wrong with this guy? Why isn't he making the usual videos that he makes, the videos that we all love? Well, allow me to explain. Since it takes me a long ass time to make these videos and I really don't want to compromise on the quality, I came up with the idea of filler, something for you guys to chew on while I work on the big guns. And apparently it worked. One of the dumbest videos on this channel just got more than 1,000 views. So yeah, expect some more stupid shit in the future. I don't know. You guys are the ones who liked it. I mean, if it's shit you want, it's shit you get. Nah, I'm kidding. You know I love you guys. I'd do anything for you. Anyways, on to Sword Art Online. Every anime YouTuber in some part of their career has made a video taking a giant shit on SAO. And like I said, I want to take a different kind of shit. I want to talk about episode 1 specifically and how it sets up what could have been one of the best anime out there. And it infuriates me because there is one thing I hate more than a bad anime, and that's wasted potential. And this first episode, which is amazing in and of itself, is full of potential, and all of it is wasted. And this video is about a great anime that we will never see. Well, let's start off with the world of Ironclad. Ironclad is an amazing world to set your anime in. It's different from the worlds of other fantasy anime in the way that it is a vertical structure, and you can see the whole thing right in front of your eyes from start to finish. Each floor is a different level area. To progress to the next floor, you have to level up your character, you have to beat the boss and go up a floor. Now, given the circumstances that you will die in real life if you die in the game, leveling up your character is the most important thing that you can do, because better stats means better chances of survival. It's not rocket science. Now, that's an element that could have been incorporated into the storytelling, where your stats are your lifeline. They could have done a lot of different things with that. It opened a whole new side to world building, but unfortunately they did not. The other thing I want to talk about is progression of the story. The floors give a visual representation to the progression of the plot. If the 50th floor is beaten, we know that the game is halfway done, or maybe the story is halfway done. Now, I'm not saying that is the exact route that they could have gone. They could have changed it. I mean, they could have jumped in between the levels that they had already beaten. What I'm saying is that it could have been used as a great tool for storytelling. In the original anime, it just ended up being nothing more than a gimmick. I mean, was there a reason for floors? Quite honestly, if it were a different world other than Ironclad, would it have affected the plot in any way? No. I mean, Ironclad looks cool in SAO, but in the end, its potential is not utilized to the fullest. And that is a treasure of untapped potential. Sword Art Online is not the first anime or the light novel to do the whole trapped in a video game routine, but it does it really, really well, and with stakes so high that a couple hundred people are already dead by the time we get to the big reveal in the first episode. A couple hundred people dead, just like that. The anime tells you from the start that it's not f***ing about. It's a serious anime, you gotta take it seriously. And the reveal itself is handled in a very, very dramatic way. It's like a scene straight out of a horror story, and it gives you all the right questions. Who's doing this? Why are they doing this? Is this actually real? What's on the 100th floor? What's the reason for killing hundreds of thousands of people? Is math related to science? You know, all the right questions. And it's not just us asking those questions, it's the characters who are asking those questions. And again, the way the scene is handled is just beautiful. Everyone just freezes in disbelief, and then they start to panic, and then finally chaos everywhere. But unfortunately, Raki Kawahara decided to pull the biggest cop-out in the history of anime. And it just makes me so angry I can't even talk about it, but I'll try to stay calm. I mean, why are you baiting us with 100 floors if you're gonna quit halfway through with some anticlimactic bullshit hacks? And it makes me sad to say I was really excited when I saw it for the first time. I really wanted it to go the correct route, but it didn't. And it's because of that, because of the reason that they just straight up quit halfway through. I stopped watching, and I haven't seen anything related to SAO, except for the SAO alternative Gun Gale Online, which is arguably somewhat good. Anyway, off topic. The point is, they fucked up. It had an amazing and beautiful premise that gets you hooked up in that first episode, and they wasted it. And getting hooked on an anime in the first episode is something that not a lot of anime can do. I mean, there is a reason for the 3-episode rule, because 20 minutes are not enough for an anime to hook you in, but not SAO. It did that right in that first episode, and then they just took it and chucked it out of the window when the words 4 months later appeared at the end of the episode. We weren't introduced to a whole lot of characters in the first episode, just 2 of them in fact, Kirito and Klein. Now let's talk about Kirito first. Now in that first episode, at first glance, he looks like your average, attractive but shut-in, smart but neat isekai protagonist that you quite honestly find in every goddamn isekai. But when he's training with Klein, he actually reacts to his inability to talk to people in a very serious way, like it's a hurdle that's keeping him back. I mean, this is a trope that's commonly used for comedic effect or just forgotten altogether after the first episode, just like SAO did. But in the first episode, it treats it like a true problem, something for our protagonist to overcome through time. And that was a very interesting take on the topic, at least for me. I mean, this makes our protagonist an emotionally vulnerable character, which is a good thing because then you can empathize with him rather than have escapist fantasies. Because what he does is, after 4 months, he becomes the Black Swordsman, which is a blatant ripoff of Berserk. And talking about Berserk, Guts is probably the most badass protagonist I've ever seen in an anime, and he is emotionally vulnerable. That's one thing that Raki Kawahara didn't rip off from Berserk, which actually could have helped the anime. It's a shame he was busy ripping off all the rape scenes to even care. Now on to Klein. Klein is an interesting sidekick, and he would have been an amazing character. He comes off as funny but not dumb. He comes off as a beginner but not weak, and that is a lovable sidekick. I mean, I liked him in the first episode. I might have also liked him in the next episode, but I honestly don't remember if he ever shows up again or not. There is a lot you could do with these characters. I think the most important thing about these 2 characters would have been their interactions and their evolution together. They're complete opposites. One is a serious introvert shut-in, the other one is a loudmouth funny extrovert. And quite honestly, Klein might have been the one to help Kirito come out of his shell and become a better protagonist, but then again, all that is up to speculation and down the drain. Sword Art Online is a fantasy MMO with no magic. And in a fantasy MMO with no magic, your sword and sword skills are everything. I mean, duh. Now, this one is strange because it was right there in front of their eyes and they didn't do it. When sword fighting is your only way of fights in an anime, you go all out. Just off the top of my head, there could have been an evolution tree, sort of like an upgrade tree, where you could go different routes. You could either become a master samurai or a fencer. And quite honestly, I really do want to see a fight between a master samurai and a master fencer in an anime about sword fights. I mean, how cool it would have been. All the different types of swords, all the different types of fighting techniques, and then their combinations. The prospects are limitless. But instead, we got Ironclad style. And before this video makes me any more angry, I'm gonna finish it right here. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. If you liked the video, smash that like button. And since we just got 100 subscribers, let's hit that subscribe button right now. Let's hit our next target, 1 million subscribers. Well, I'll take 200 actually. Also hit that notification bell if you want more videos like this. Feel free to check out other videos on my channel. I'll see you all next time. Until then, take care.